Welcome everyone to our monthly live. My name is Shabnam Abgari, and I am your host today at Be Infinite, a platform for online transformative learning to realign people with their inner balance and life purpose. Be Infinite was founded with the vision to inspire people to get in touch with the wisdom of their heart and empower them to actualize their true potential. We are also offering various ways of collaboration to unite consciouspreneurs, healers, and educators, and the people who are seeking those solutions to create a world where everyone lives in balance and harmony and in alignment with their true purpose. Today is International Yoga Day. Happy Yoga Day, everyone. The United Nations proclaimed 21st of June as the International Day of Yoga in December 2014. And each year, the believers in the power of yoga come together to celebrate the consciousness created by this ancient practice. And we are also ready to welcome the summer as today marks the summer solstice. The summer solstice is considered as an important day in Indian mythology as it marks an event that could be considered the start of yogic science. As yoga means unity, let us connect by centering in our hearts, the plane of our unity. Now I invite us to become one mind, one heart, and one consciousness. Close your eyes and take a moment to get centered in your heart. Rest your attention in the center of your chest. Become aware of your breathing moving in and flowing out from the center. Now allow your breath to become slower than normal. We breathe in 5 seconds intervals. Breathe in through your heart to a count of 5 and hold for 5 seconds. Out through your heart to a count of 5. In through your heart and hold. Out through your heart. And as you continue this heart-focused breathing, immerse yourself in the love and unity that is expanding in your heart. Feel that you're all connected and one with everyone and everything. Now we are one, and with this unity and oneness, we are ready to start our session. All right, everyone, in this session, we do have the opportunity to speak with a diverse panel of yoga enthusiasts who will empower us with various ways to unite our minds and our bodies. Just a little bit about myself. I am a transformational coach and the co-founder of Be Infinite Coaching and Consulting. And I empower people to take steps beyond their comfort zone to align with their life purpose. I truly believe that we can co-create our ultimate reality together as we are one consciousness. I remember since early on, I had a great curiosity for the meaning of life and the consciousness as a whole. Throughout my journey, this curiosity inspired me to study the works of many great minds and amazing teachers with the focus on the mind, body, and soul connection. I was always fascinated by the role of consciousness in the way we experience our lives and the healing. I have been actively practicing mindfulness over the past few years, and I can tell many of my life's key healings have been inspired by two facets of yoga specifically. That would be pranayama, breathing techniques, and dhyana, the meditation techniques that we will talk more in depth about throughout this session. These two have guided me on my path of living an intentional life. And in the past few years, I have been studying the individualized consciousness and its connection with the universal consciousness. And the purpose of yoga is to unite the two. I feel very inspired to explore these concepts at a much deeper level. So I am very excited for our session today. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dolma Tsering, yoga and fitness instructor, Gabriella Vannen, yin and vinyasa yoga instructor, Kim Hansen, heartfulness trainer and lover of life, Negin Khorasani, consciousness activist, educator, heartfulness trainer, and the co-founder of Beinfinite. Just a little bit about what to expect from the session today. We start the panel discussion, and then you will have the opportunity to ask your questions from our panelists. Next, we will move to a practical taste of yoga with a very simple yet powerful techniques, which can be incorporated into your daily routine to cultivate mind and body connection. Then we will watch a short inspirational video and then close the session. So if you're all ready, let us start our conversation with our amazing panelists. Let us start with you, Dolma. Please share with our audience, what is yoga for you?
Hello, everyone. Thank you. My name is Dolma Tsering. So I live in Toronto. I'm a Tibetan by background. So I've been here like 6 years now, and my yoga journey starts just around the time that I came here. So it's not too long ago. But since I stepped into this journey, I've been very faithful, and I've been practicing ever since, almost every day. So this is my go-to practice. It's everything. Yoga for me is a continuous practice of knowing myself, actually. You don't have to go too far. It's just, in fact, knowing about your own body, and that in turn that there's this, it serves as a bridge, as a connection to your mind, into your body. So that's how I kind of bring about awareness, what's really happening in your body, and that affects the state of your mind as well. So for me, yoga is a path, and eventually yoga is a unity between your mind and your body, you to others, this cosmic little body to the whole cosmic body. So it's, this unity is so beautiful. So in short, I would like to say that yoga is not just a physical aspect of anything. If you can, keep doing, it's a continuous practice. You have to do bit by bit, and then it will, help you know yourself a little bit better, and eventually you will be able to get that calmness and peacefulness. And then, I am like very grateful to have, been in this journey. So I am enjoying, and I hope you guys will enjoy too. And you can start at anywhere, just a little bit. Maybe just a simple asana will help. Breathing techniques will help, but you just have to go and do something about yourself, because it's high time. We will all love, doing something that's good for yourself and good for others. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Dolma, for taking us through your inspiring journey and also sharing your thoughts on yoga with us. Gabriella, let's hear from you. Tell us, what is yoga for you and how has it evolved your life?
Yeah, hello to all of you out there. I am Gabriela and I am 45 years old, living in Germany. And I have over 20 years experience in yoga. Actually, I started practicing yoga because I was looking for back pain relief. During many years, I tried several different practices, but in the end, I found out that during my first yoga class, I felt that yoga can help my body to relax. And throughout the years, I learned that there is more behind yoga, more behind the body related exercises. It is obviously not just the asana practice. It is not only the postures and alignment. For me, it's about becoming aware of the outside posture, yes, but also about learning to become aware of the inner posture, to combine this, to get this unification. And this is how I started to wonder, is there more behind the practice? There must be more. And I wanted to learn about the philosophy behind it. Could the yoga practice lead me towards a higher goal than I would previously imagine? So during my Vinyasa yoga teacher training that I then started in 2019, I learned more about Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and the 8 limbs that he wrote down about 350 years before Christ. And it's called the Ashtanga Marga. And these 8 limbs can be like a guidance, which we can use for our practice, be it physical or mental. And with that, the experienced yogis were able to reach the enlightenment, which is called samadhi in Sanskrit. And in Ashtanga Yoga, the Patanjali, he suggested that we could start with yama, the handling of the outside, become aware of what you do to others, or like practice non-violence, called ahimsa in Sanskrit, or not stealing, it's asteya in Sanskrit, or avoid hoarding and greediness, aparigraha. Then you could go further and do niyama, the handling of the inside, meaning become aware of how you treat yourself, like trying to be content, santosha, or do your best, tapas, or study yourself, swadhyaya. The next step of these 8 limbs is asana. This is what we all may know best. It's the body practice, the posture, the alignment. The next step would be pranayama. That's the breathing techniques. Then pratyahara. This is withdrawing the senses and relax the mind. And then next step is dharana. which is the concentration onto one object. And then the seventh step is dhyana, the fusion, the meditation itself. And the last step would be samadhi, the enlightenment, where we can say all is in all, and where the unification is there, the microcosmos is in the macrocosmos. And you may use the image of the unification of each drop, which then builds the sea. This is what I would like to transmit or transport to my yogis and to everyone who is interested in more behind the asanas. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Gabriella. This is truly empowering, very informative, and you explained it very simple in a very understandable way. Thank you so much for sharing that. Dear Kim, now we are ready to hear your thoughts on yoga and what it means to you.
Unmute. What is yoga for me? First of all, happy Yoga Day, happy Solstice Day. And today is also the day of honoring Indigenous peoples in Canada. So just allow me to say a word in honor of all of my Indigenous brothers and sisters around the world. I'm actually with you from the Interlake region of Manitoba and really happy to be here. What is yoga for me? Really, it started in the very early 1970s with Hatha yoga. And at that time, I was actually encouraged by my mom to take some Hatha yoga classes, a lovely woman by the name of Barbara Preston. And I did that. I really, really enjoyed it, the postures and the breathing. And then that was that. I was kind of doing a whole bunch of years of freestyle, you know, looking for that unity, that health and love for so many years. And it was around 1986 that I met a practitioner of heartfulness meditation. And I wasn't ready yet to start that. Yeah. Heartfulness is a form of Raja Yoga, which is the last part of what Gabriella just explained in the Ashtanga. And it was actually, you know, over the course of a few years that this kind person fed me drop by drop, just a little bit and a little bit. And it wasn't until December 18th, 1989, that I actually put my toe into the waters of meditation and started practicing after some initial training. And I've never looked back. I've been practicing this heartfulness since then, every day. And the first thing for me was peace of mind, and it just keeps expanding and expanding. In November of 1993, I was permitted and prepared to offer training in heartfulness. I'm not going to go into what it's all about. I think you'll hear more about that after. It's been tremendously beneficial to me and for me. And it's interesting because now I'm kind of going back to my yoga origins and feeling a need to do some physical postures and breathing exercises, and even to do some research and study into the science of yoga and meditation. So it's kind of circling around to that. Yoga for me has a lot to do with love and sharing and giving. And in light of that and the theme of today's program, unity, I really feel compelled to share an extract from a piece written by Parthasarthi Rajagopalachari. It's called The River of Love, and this is just part of it. Every mighty river is born in some mountain range as a tiny, humble rivulet, containing but a small quantity of water, derived from atmospheric precipitation in conformity with the laws of nature. The water flows down in many such small rivulets, overcoming all obstacles on the way. The tiny rivulet cuts its way down through the soil, flows around mighty boulders, leaps across chasms, and springs down great heights as a waterfall. Each small rivulet flows into another, each adding to the power of the other, on and on until a small river emerges, turbulent in its onward flow towards its destination, a destination which it neither perceives nor knows anything about. More tributaries swell its flow. It becomes a big river, ever more powerful and turbulent, gathering strength and might. One day it reaches the plains as a majestic and mighty flow. Turbulence is a thing of the past. The noise and visible force of its mountain existence is now no more. It is placid, seemingly gentle, with a mightiness that few can perceive. On and on it flows, gaining more volume, more tranquility and calm, ever fed by more and more rivers of increasing grandeur, until at last it arrives at the predestined goal, and in majestic triumph it merges with the ocean. The ocean is thus swelled by many mighty rivers flowing into it in obedience to the laws of nature. The water of the ocean, in turn, is reprecipitated all over the surface of the earth. In this process, the river, which could at best serve but a small part of a country, now offers itself in the service of enormous areas of the world. A river finds to its wonder and delighted amazement that it is regenerated again and again, thus, in a sense, gaining an eternal existence, so long as the cycle set up by nature is not interrupted by selfishness anywhere. The river thus becomes eternal, giving itself completely to the ocean, only to find itself getting back what it is given, giving that too to the ocean, once again receiving the life-giving waters, and so on until eternity. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful piece, dear Kim. It was really empowering, inspiring, and I love the way you honored each step of your journey and how gradually you introduce yoga into your life, and it has been part of your life since. Nagin, we are all ears now to hear about your journey and what yoga means to you.
Thank you, Shabnam. And hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with all of you today in celebration of yoga and summer solstice. And as Kim nicely mentioned, the Canadian National Indigenous Day. Yoga for me is the journey towards our union with our higher self so we can actualize our highest potential in our human form. And since adolescence, I've been looking for a way to actualize my highest potential. The first exposure I had to yoga was through a book I found in my father's book collection. It was about the hidden secrets of Hindu or yogic philosophy. And reading this book, I was fascinated with what ancient yogis have achieved in terms of self-development. In my search, I was mainly drawn to the invisible aspects of our being, our mental, emotional, and spiritual capacities. So when in my early 20s, I came across Raja Yoga, Heartfulness, which is a method of Raja Yoga, As the name of Raja Yoga implies, I must explain this here, is the king of yogas, and it's all about yoga of the mind, or better put, yoga of the consciousness. So it seemed a perfect match to my interest. I started practicing heartfulness under the guidance of a heartfulness trainer on a regular basis for 13 years. Then I was invited to take some more trainings to be able to teach other seekers in this method. It was in 2010 that I was trained and certified as a heartfulness trainer by the late Chariji, the global teacher of heartfulness at the time, and I was permitted to impart spiritual training by Pranahuti. Pranahuti is a Sanskrit term loosely translated as yogic transmission and described as prana siya prana, which means the soul of soul or the life of life, because it awakens and gives life to the soul. It is a very subtle form of energy, yet very potent, that has been also described as the forceless force. We know that according to Newton's third law of motion, for every action or force in nature, there is an equal and opposite reaction. However, in the case of Pranahuti, due to its subtlety, it does not create any reaction, and therefore this energy can be utilized for human evolution through unentangling the past conditioning in the mental and emotional of the aspect of the seeker. In heartfulness, we start from the seventh limb of Ashtanga Yoga that Gabriella explained, which is meditation. The first, second, fifth, and sixth limbs are put together as the heartfulness 10 maxims that governs the seeker's daily life. Asana and pranayamas are mainly practiced very minimally to bring physical balance or for stress reduction. With the support of yogic transmission, the seeker is enabled to start the practice directly from meditation and does not have to spend many years to go through the first 6 limbs to be prepared for meditation. Through the 10 maxims and a regular practice of heartfulness with the support of yogic transmission, the seeker can eliminate unwanted habits, acquire the desired habits, and develop non-attachment and single-pointed concentration on the main goal of human life in a simple, practical, and effective way. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, dear Nagin. It is so informative to hear how diverse is yoga and how it can evolve our lives on different aspects and levels. So some beginners might ask the question that what is the prerequisite to start our journey in yoga? Gabriella, do you have any thoughts on that you want to share with our audience?
Yes, sure. Actually, I think that you don't need really anything. You just need interest and the readiness to be open to something new, to something different. For yoga, asana, the body practice, you just need your body and yourself and nothing else. And to go and to dive into yoga, you behind the asanas, you just need yourself, your interest, your mind, I think it's just the interest and the willingness to look behind what you can see with your eyes. Maybe be open also with feelings and try something new. Just be also very curious to something new. That's my personal opinion on that. You don't need anything.
Very
Just
well said.
interest.
Thank you so much, Gabriella. Nagin, would you want to elaborate?
Sure. In heartfulness, also, the willingness of the seeker is the only requirement to begin the journey. The rest will come as we embark on this path. As Gabriella explained, through being open, the rest will come. And as Lao Tzu says, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And that first step in heartfulness is just our willingness. even in Heartfulness, the seeker does not have to pay for anything, as the teachings and the supports of trainers is offered for free.
That's great to know. Thank you so much for sharing. The other question that sometimes we receive it from many different people is that how to choose a method of yoga amongst so many. It's sometimes very confusing. Which one is best for me, for example? That question keeps coming up a lot amongst the beginners community. Dilma, do you want to share your thoughts on that one?
All right. So what to choose? So in regard to the question, what to choose, what kind of yoga or what method of yoga, it all entirely depends on you. So each person is different. We have different capabilities. We have different potentials and accessibility. So whatever appeals to you, it could be, vinyasa yoga, which is more physical yoga, pranayama, which is breathing technique, is like, more spiritual path, is more meditation, like Raja yoga, whatever appeals to you. Or you can do all of those and, come to a conclusion that, oh, I want to start from this one, Everything is experiential. You just need to access it. You need to experience it and then decide for yourself. And everything is a path laid to you. You can decide upon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Dolma. You explained it very well. Kim, it's now good to hear from you also. What is your opinion on that?
Well, I don't know what more I can add to what Dolma said. I would say, let your heart be your guide. It's experience it, try different things, see what resonates with you. I always think of like, how do you figure out what kind of apples to buy, or what kind of pizza to eat, or, what kind of book to read, or, whatever it is. Feel it out, make it your own.
Very well said, dear Kim. Thank you so much. Now, at this point, we are ready to take our audience's questions. You can type your questions in the comment section of the Facebook Live, and then I will share them with our panelists. So let me quickly look at our Facebook Live comments and see. We give it a few seconds for the questions to come in. So here is a question that I received. How much time do I need to invest in yoga to start seeing the benefits? So please feel free to chime in. Whoever is comfortable to answer that question, you can go ahead and unmute yourselves and share.
Okay. Should I go first then?
You can, please.
Okay, so how much time you need to put to see a certain benefit, right? I would say first thing is start doing and then practice. You don't need, and the thing is, you don't need to do too much. You just need to do a little bit, but continuously doing it. So make a routine, like 15 minutes, I'm gonna, invest just 15 minutes a day, maybe every day, because we eat every day. That's why we need to move every day. So if you just put 15, if you decided 10, 15 minutes on yoga, just 10 minutes every day, and then within weeks, or even within a couple of days, you might, see some changes within you. So that's my answer. Thank
So
you.
that is very interesting because sometimes people think that they have to dedicate a lifetime or a very extended period of time before they start seeing the benefits. So this is actually really great, and it's a great advice. Thank you.
Yes, so my approach is usually not doing too much,
Mm-hmm,
doing a little bit, but continuously doing. So the
mm-hmm,
consistency will take you to wherever your goal is set, you know? And
mm-hmm,
you just need to do. It's not like because we eat every day, we need to do yoga every day. That's how you want to, think.
mm-hmm,
Yoga as a part of you, because we eat to live, we need yoga to live as well.
mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other thoughts on that question?
I would say the same is with mental practice of yoga. I've seen people, even in one session, they feel the relaxation that can take place in that one session. And then they realize this is the part that is missing in their life, that space, that pause. And so even in one session, you can feel the benefit. But then, as Dolma mentioned, with continuation of the practice, you benefit more and more, and you create a discipline in your life to maintain that peace of mind.
Thank you, Nagin. So basically, what I hear is to be steady, small steps at a time, assess, and see how to continue and incorporate maybe more aspects of yoga in your daily life.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Any other thoughts or opinions? Or we can go to the next question. There is a question, how do I choose my yoga teacher and instructor?
I would like to say my thoughts about this question. I think that as there are so many different variants, so many different ways of doing yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Hatha yoga, Vinyasa yoga, many different ones. So I think that, as we already said, maybe you should just dive into it. Just try one, then next week the next, and then the week after the next, and then you can find which yoga practice is the right one for you, where you feel comfortable. And then also, for me personally, it is important, how does the teacher talk? Is the way of talking feeling well for me? Is the voice nice? Because I may like doing vinyasa yoga, but then there is a teacher who has a very high voice, and I always feel like he or she is screaming at me, so I will never go back. But if there is the teacher saying or talking in a nice way, and where I can feel very comfortable and doing also the practice, or where how he can lead me or she can say good things that are with my are equal to my opinion, maybe you don't know, you will have to see and just try. And so in that way, I think you can find the right teacher for you as person, and also the right yoga practice as type of yoga. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela. So basically, it really depends on the communication style, the receptivity of the student, the way they want to explore and experience the yoga, to just dive in and experience different methods and experience different teachers and see what makes sense for them.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Thank you.
I would like to add something here, if it's okay.
ahead.
Sometimes we are led to certain paths or certain teachers in magical ways too. So, I mean, some part of it is the practical experience and sensing things and feeling things. And some other times we might find ourselves in a certain, community, in a certain path that we didn't look for it necessarily, but we ended up there. And once we started looking and being open to that, then we find related. And then we realize it's been in an unconscious way, we are led to that place. So that's another way that we may end up finding our teacher too.
Yes. Yes, very well said. So basically follow your intuition and listen to your heart's guidance.
Absolutely.
Thank you. To stay with our timing, I think we have to move forward. At this point, if, okay, I would like to share the contact information of our panelists. If any of you are inspired to know more about them, to connect with them, let me go ahead and share my screen so that for a few seconds, so that you can either take a snapshot of the screen if that is comfortable for you, or if you prefer, you can write down the information. I just also need to mention that the recording of this session will remain on Facebook, and you can keep coming back to it at your convenience as well. All right, let's go back. And now we are ready to get a taste of yoga techniques. And Dolma will show us 2 physical seated postures. And then Gabriella will walk us through a breathing technique. And then Kim will guide us through a brief relaxation, centering, and meditation session. So Dolma, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Okay, so my time starts now. All right. Yeah, I got 3 minutes. All right. So bring your hands in prayer pose. So your hands are right on the heart center, thumbs pressing into the sternum. It's your mid chest. All right. Lengthen. So hinge from your lower back and lift and lengthen. The spine is long and tall, as if you imagine something is pulling like a string from the top of your head into the sky. All right. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Last one. And exhale. So slowly opening your eyes, right hand down by your side, left hand all the way up. Rotate your chest to the ceiling or towards the sky, and take a deep inhale here. And exhale, side bend. And hold here for maybe a couple of breaths, since we don't have much time. And feel the side body stretching, maybe from your head. Just want to be mindful where you're feeling and sensing. Okay, one last breath. In your exhale, reach a little bit further and inhale back to the center. Okay, so changing the side, left hand down on the floor, right hand right above your head, and slowly bend and exhale. One last inhale. Exhale, reach a little bit further in your exhale and come back in your inhale. All right, so we're gonna go into a twist. Left hand over your right knee to kind of anchor here. So before you going into a twist, make sure you're kind of lift, straighten up, your back is straight up, and then take a deep inhale and exhale, start twisting. Stay here for another 2 breaths. All right, inhale, come back to the center and exhale. All right, switching the side into the second side twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, start deepening the stretch. Hold here for another 2 breaths. And inhale, returning back to the center, bringing your palms together at your heart center, taking a deep breath in, and exhale, relax. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Dolma. And Gabriella, do you want to start with the pranayama practice?
Yes, sure. Thank you. So I now would like to guide you through an exercise, which is a 2-in-1 exercise. It is a pranayama, a yogic breathing exercise. Padadirasana is the Sanskrit word for this breathing technique, as well as a Jinshin Jutsu, an energetic exercise. Jinshin Jutsu is an ancient healing art of harmonizing the body through gentle touches, similar to acupressure. So the light touches can balance and restore the energy flow to a more harmonious state. If you like to try, just sit relaxed on your chair or in thunderbolt pose or cross-legged. Cross your arms in front of your chest, placing the hands right under your opposite armpits with the thumbs pointing upwards. And then let your shoulders fall. You can close your eyes if you like and become aware of your breathing process. Breathe slowly. Breathe slow, deep, and rhythmical until the flow of the breath in both nostrils becomes equalized. If you like, you can direct your eyes behind closed or open eyelids towards your third eye. That's the point on your front between your eyebrows. The pressure under your both armpits helps to open both nostrils to facilitate the pranayama practice. Since the breath flow in the right and left nostrils influences the activities of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, opening the two nostrils can lead to an autonomic balance. You embrace yourself and can let your daily life stress and worry go. This can bring harmonization to your body, mind, and soul, and can help, for example, in case of pain with the lifting arm, numbness in ring and little finger, as well as diseases of the lymphatic system. So if you like, you just continue breathing like this until you feel the flow is balanced in both nostrils. And if you like, you can now slowly open your eyes gently and come back to join us listening to Kim. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela. That was wow. Now we'll have a short taste of heartfulness, relaxation, and meditation. So I'll ask you to sit comfortably. And once again, close your eyes very softly, very gently. Take a good deep breath in, feeling the air coming into your body, and out, just letting go. Just wiggle your toes a little and let the toes relax. And imagine, or maybe you can feel a flow of relaxing, healing energy from the earth, from our Mother Earth, flowing through the feet, soothing the feet, moving through the ankles and the lower legs, relaxing the calf muscles, through the knees, softening the knees, and your thighs, relaxing the muscles in the upper legs. And feel your whole legs now relax. This flow of energy moving through the hips, deeply relaxing the hips and your tummy, relaxing the abdominal muscles and your waist, letting go. Now flowing round to the lower back, releasing any tension in the lower back. Moving slowly up through the mid-back, all the way to the top of your back. And feel your whole back now completely relaxed. Flowing now around to the chest, relaxing the chest area. And up through the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders. Feel your shoulders melting away. Flowing through the upper arms, elbows, your forearms, through the wrists and hands, right to the fingertips. Relax. Now flowing to the neck, relaxing all parts of your neck. And now bring your awareness up to the face, relaxing the jaw. Let it drop slightly. Your mouth, your lips, cheeks, all the facial muscles relaxing. Your nose, ears, eyes, eyelids, across the brow, softening, forehead, relaxing, and all the way to the top of your head, relaxed. Imagine this flow of healing energy moving ever so gently through your head, relaxing the mind. And now bring your attention to the heart. And have the thought of the source of light and love that's already there in your heart. Gently tuning into the heart and allowing this source of divine light to attract you from within. Allow your mind to rest with that one idea. If other thoughts come during the meditation, it's okay. Let them pass like clouds in the sky. And remember that you're meditating on the source of divine light in the heart. I'll tell you when the meditation is over. And now, with your eyes still gently closed, let yourself slowly come in the meditation. Take your time. Notice how you feel. Observe your condition. And whenever you feel ready, you gently open your eyes. So that's a taste of heartfulness. There's lots more. Um, Now, Shabnam will show us, and I invite you to watch a short video, a short inspirational video on yoga.
Thank you, everyone, for your presence. Deep gratitude for our participants and our panelists for joining us today. Remember our unity and connection. Stay healthy and happy. We are planning to have monthly panel discussions on various topics. Stay tuned for next Be Infinite monthly live and have a blessed rest of the day. Goodbye to everyone.